The following program is underwritten by the generous support of Associates of Glens Falls and Loomis and Lipan Insurance. Since 1852, they have been assisting both businesses and individuals across the country secure the most comprehensive insurance products available. Associates of Glens Falls is proud to partner with Central Insurance Companies. Public affairs programming on Look TV is underwritten by the generous support of Pinnell's Restaurant, classic Italian-American food since 1922, and Stored Tech, technology solutions for computers, networks, and phone. Stored Tech, your technology, our passion.
1922, Babe Ruth debuts with the Yankees. WGY signs on air. Exterminator wins the Saratoga Cup, and Pinnell's Restaurant opens its doors for the very first time. For 5 generations, Pinnell's has been preparing delicious Italian food, served in a comfortable, home-like setting where everyone is welcome. 90 years of authentic Italian recipes, 90 years of the freshest ingredients, and 90 years of the finest classic Italian dishes, all made daily by hand. Pinnell's Italian Restaurant, a Saratoga dining tradition since 1922.
Most cybersecurity firms deal only with prevention, the systems that block hackers and viruses. Stored Tech knows the root cause is actually good people doing bad things. So we offer a security training program which includes certifying all participants to show they understand the basics.
Technology solutions for computers, networks, and phones. Stored Tech, your technology, our passion.
All right, we're now recording on Zoom as well. We're recording on YouTube, and we're recording on Look TV, and we're live as well. And welcome to the Queensberry, Town of Queensberry Town Board meeting, October 5th, 2020. The time is 7:02 p.m. Before we begin regular agenda items, would you all please rise and join Councilman Anthony Menabere in saying the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, well, thank you. Welcome, everybody. Tonight should be a relatively short meeting. We have 7 resolutions. We have no public hearing. So the meeting will be divided into 2 parts. The first part will be dealing with the 7 resolutions. I will describe each resolution. And if you have a question or a thought that you would like to share with the town board about any of the 7 resolutions before the town board tonight, we have Zoom and we have the YouTube and call in. And we also, Look TV is filming this for later viewing. So I will begin by describing the 7 resolutions. Oh, the second part of the meeting, I'm sorry, will be for anybody to speak to any of the town board issues. This part of the meeting is just for the resolution. All right, so resolution 2.1, please, Caroline.
Resolution setting hearing on Northeast Power Systems, Inc., NEPC's application for variance waiver request from sanitary sewer connection requirements.
All right, this is setting the public hearing. The public hearing is proposed on this topic to be October 19th at the town board meeting held here in the Activity Center on 742 Bay Road on October 19th. So what is the variance being requested? The variance is being requested by Northeast Power Systems. They are located at 66 Cary Road, and as you know, we have a new sewer. They have put in an on-site septic system that they paid about $38,000 for, and they would like to get some use out of that on-site septic system before paying for connecting to the municipal sewer system. All right, now, even if that variance is granted tonight, the property owner has to pay the full and usual sewer rents, assessments, and taxes secured against the property. The only thing is, if they receive the variance from this town board, is they don't have to hook up for now. So this is a 2-year variance. So they can come back to us in 2 years and ask for an extension, or maybe they're ready to connect at that time. So that's basically resolution 2.1. Setting the public hearing for that. I got a lot of paperwork for that. Yeah, $34,682, and that was a proposal submitted August 27th. Okay. Resolution 2.2, please, Caroline.
Resolution authorizing advertisement of bids for sale of obsolete equipment.
All right, obsolete equipment. We have a 2001 Ford F450, a 2003 Ford F350, and a 2008 Ford F350. And snowplow, minute mount snowplow, and they will be going to gov deals to dispose of if this board approves that. Resolution 2.3.
Resolution authorizing engagement of Stilsing Electric, Inc. for traffic signal repair and maintenance.
All right, we sent out an RFP asking for a company familiar with municipal traffic signals of all kinds, pedestrian crossings, school signal systems, your typical traffic control management systems, and so forth, and that they give us a fixed price per hour. Because right now, theoretically, if you had a breakdown, like this evening, around 4 p.m., we had a bad auto accident on the corner of Bay and Quaker, and out goes the traffic signal box. It's been hooked up temporarily. Whoever caused the damage to the system, their insurance company I'm sure, will be responsible for replacing the system. We have the whole system's supposed to be replaced and be pedestrian friendly, but the bids have gone out, and we secured the lowest bidder on that, and they haven't gotten to it yet. But in the meantime, to get that, make sure that if that's up and running, Stilsing can approve that. So we wanted to make sure that we have at least one electric company that had those abilities to fix traffic control systems, to be on the alert, to give us, we can call them, they can come and repair them, and we don't have to go out to bid and all that, which is time consuming, and public safety is a factor, and blah, blah, blah. So we got one proposal back from Stilsing. So we've done work for Stilsing before. We've had very good luck. We think it's a very good, responsible company. So even though they were the only bidder on this proposal, we're comfortable with going with them. In the past, they've been fair and have done good work. Resolution 2.4.
Resolution authorizing 2021 renewal contract for Empire Medi-Blue Freedom PPO Medicare Advantage Insurance.
All right, so this is just a continuation of the same policy at the same price, $395.80 per member per month for 2021. It's the same as it was for 2020. It's part of the Empire Blue Cross, and they offer a suite of solutions to keep healthcare costs down. They have a comprehensive care management program to improve health outcomes for the retirees. We take a holistic approach to health, offering support to retirees no matter where they fall on the health spectrum. And we encourage your retirees to utilize a wellness program such as Live Health Online, Silver Sneakers, 24/7 Nurse Line, and more at no additional cost. So this premium is the same as it was last year, and it's a good program. So if the town board approves it, we'll continue that for our retirees in 2021. Resolution 2.5.
Resolution authorizing change order number 2 to contract with Hewitt Young Electric LLC in connection with Highway Garage Capital Project.
All right, so there was a change in some light fixtures, a change in amperage on a few lines, and this resulted in a $3,217.77 increase. Every major construction project like we have with the garage has these kind of things occur. You can't foresee everything, so it's a $3,200 change. Resolution 2.6.
Resolution to amend 2020 budget.
All right, just from where it is to where we need it, a little bit, $3,500 shift. And resolution 2.7, please, Caroline.
Resolution approving audited bills, warrant 10/6/2020.
Okay, with a run date of October 1st and a payment date of October 10th, totaling $1,160,969.30. Those are the 7 resolutions before the town board tonight. So, if there's anybody present wish to speak to any of the 7 resolutions before the town board tonight? Seeing no interest. Anybody on Zoom? All right. Anybody from YouTube? Yeah, anybody from YouTube, please call in at area code 518-761-8225. And when you call in, you have to have your caller ID. If it comes in anonymous, I won't take it. So if you have a question from the board on any of those 7 resolutions, please call area code 518-761-8225. All right, seeing no public interest in any of the resolutions tonight, town board, any thoughts on any of the 7 resolutions before us tonight?
Can we pull 2-4, please?
All right, resolution 2.4, we will do an independent roll call.
Thank you.
John, just to clarify, the change order for the garage is within the cap that we've already approved, so.
Yeah, we had a contingency amount, and we're still within that. Any other thoughts, questions?
No.
All right, Caroline, can we do 2.4 first, and then we'll do the remainder?
Resolution authorizing 2021 renewal contract for Empire Medi-Blue, Freedom PPO Medicare Advantage Insurance.
Is there a motion to approve that resolution
I'll
for the
move it.
renewal? Motion made by Councilperson Perone, seconded by Councilperson Freer. Roll call vote on 2.4, please.
Councilpersons Medivir,
Abstain.
Freer,
Yes,
Barone,
Yes.
McGee. Yes. And Stroud.
Yeah, thank you. All right, on the remaining resolutions, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.5, 2.6, and 2.7, is there a motion to approve those resolutions? Is there a motion? Moved by Councilperson Freer, seconded by Councilperson Medivir. Roll call vote on the remainder of the resolutions, please, Caroline.
Councilpersons Freer,
yes.
Barone,
Yes.
McGee. Yes. Stroud.
Yeah.
And Medivir.
Yes.
All right, resolutions all passed. Any correspondence?
I do have the supervisor's report from Building and Codes for the month of September on file.
Thank you.
That's it.
All right, privilege of the floor. Any person in the town wishes to speak to the town board about any town topic, indicate your willingness to do so. We'll start with the public here first. So, Mr. O'Connor, please identify yourself for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'm Mike O'Connor from the law firm of Little and O'Connor. I had on my calendar tonight that we were going to take some action with regard to Queensberry Partners, the final sign-off.
And we did that.
You did it already at that last meeting. You did the consensus, so there's no other resolutions. You were going to check on the site plan.
Determination has been made that no further site plan review is needed.
Okay, I thank you for that. My second question would be, I have filed a petition for Justin Moots to have the street that's next to his house abandoned. The petition is signed by Mr. Moots and by the owner of the property on the other side of the street. So we've got both sides of the street who would each get half of that street. It's also signed by the person who owns the vacant land that's out back. And at one time or another, I was told, I guess, that there was a disapproval of that abandonment because it was thought that that little stub of a street was needed to keep open options as to development of that property. Well, the fellow who actually owns that property has signed the petition asking that the road be abandoned. And also the property that we're talking about that somebody thought needed an option for development has its own frontage directly on Lake Sunnyside Road. So there's no purpose of the stub. And as I believe, everybody involved or impacted have asked the town or are asking the town by petition to abandon it. And what will happen is half will go to one house and half will go to the other house. It'll go back on the tax rolls and their lots are going to be bigger, and I assume their assessments are going to go up. So I'm wondering whether or not you got a date for a public hearing. If you need I think you probably need a public hearing on abandonment.
No, we don't have a date for the public hearing, Mike. I think, first of all, the town board wants to familiarize herself with what's being requested of them. So I will schedule this discussion at an October 14th town board workshop, which will be held right here.
Okay.
At 6:30 p.m. I'll put this on the agenda, and if you have it available, and you could be here that evening to kind of explain everything, we're gonna have maps and everything, and then you're gonna have to work with me on that. And so that the town board is very familiar with what you're requesting, and they can ask questions. And then if they're happy moving forward with what you're requesting, then we'll set the
public hearing
future for that.
And I have all the information on that. It happens to be in my neighborhood. This is something that the two property owners have been working on for a few years. George Hilton provided me with the maps and everything. It was supposed to be that this would be an access road to future development, but as Mr. O'Connor pointed out, the people that own that lot are not going to develop it. They signed the petition saying it's not going to happen. They're leaving the land to their children. So I'll get you any information you want, but it's not a road right now. It's just a
paper street.
But if I think I heard correctly, it won't make that landlocked. It still has
It does not make it landlocked. Okay. So what it was meant to do is to actually provide access from Brookfield into Stonehurst. But it doesn't, if you look on the map, which I will provide to you, it can't be done. So it would only provide access to a development that does not currently exist, which is a lot of acres. But as he alluded to, the property owner is not going to subdivide. They have no desire. And there would be plenty of access from East Sunnyside Road. So these two property owners want to actually purchase the property from the town and actually use it for a farm, a garden. And that's all they want to do. So.
All right, so we can have that conversation with maps in front of us and everything else. And a little history to why that exists and everything else. At the October 14th, the town board workshop, I'll put it on the agenda. Okay. If you can make it, fine. If you can't,
I can.
I will make it.
I have enough knowledge that if Mr. O'Connor couldn't, I could
6:30.
Absolutely fill in.
John.
6:30. We'll be having a meeting. I'll have a better idea what time that your particular topic will be on, because I try and adjust some times for the workshop. But the workshop starts here at 6:30.
Okay. I didn't touch anything, so my
okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Anybody else present? All right. I don't see anybody else on Zoom. And I'm wondering, George, I see you, but I'm wondering if Zoom keeps changing things. Probably for good reasons, but to keep up with the changes isn't always easy, so maybe I made a mistake. But in any event.
Yeah, again, I don't think the address for the Zoom meeting was posted on the website, so I was having difficulty, like I said, until Carolyn sent me an email.
Okay. Well, I had asked Pam to put it on there, and I checked before I came over. I thought I saw it. All right. We do have YouTube, Peter Pape and Pape Productions, and we do have call. So, if you want to call in and you have an issue, a town issue, the phone number is area code 518-761-8225. And I'll give you a minute to dial in.
Checking out.
761-8225.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm checking to see if anybody sent any texts about Zoom that day.
All right, no further interest from the public to talk about town issues. Let's go to town board discussions. Amanda, anything? Okay, George, anything?
No, I'm in good shape this week.
Again, I want to thank you, George, for inviting me to the Glen's Falls Foundation fundraiser. Golf match last week and a lot of fun.
It was good. It got a little wet, but it was good.
Yeah.
I still have one thing to mention. What's that?
Was my sister there? The Glens Falls Foundation?
Glens
No,
Falls Hospital Foundation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hospital Foundation. Yeah, this is a golf tournament that's normally in July. That was postponed.
Oh.
And they just had it. But I should mention that we will have our first Queensberry Road Safety Committee meeting tomorrow at 4:00 here. So I do have already a very large list of items from people that have sent over time. So we're going to go through that tomorrow. Yes.
Well, good luck with that, George. I think you'll do well.
Can't wait, George.
And we'll see your thoughts and share your thoughts. And you have a lot of very good people.
A lot of good people, yeah.
Hi.
County Sheriff's Department, and et cetera. All right. Anything else, George?
No, good.
All right. Thank you. Harrison?
So Halloween, I sent a quick email. If you didn't see it, folks have been asking about any town policies with regard to Halloween.
Well, what you come from the state to the county, and
Yeah.
the town would have to abide.
Right, and that's my sense. What I've said is, we don't really have the health department responsibilities. That relies on the county, and so we'll do whatever the county.
Ours
directs.
is enforcement.
Okay.
Yeah. So if somebody's not abiding by the rules set by the county and the state, we have to enforce them. If we don't, we get.
Right. Okay.
I know it's a disappointment for the children, but as you noted, we've all noted, there's been a little bit of an uptick here.
Mhm.
So I would think on the side of caution. Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything. I did get a phone call last night too on Halloween, and we don't have anything yet, but I would, thinking out loud, I would be very uncomfortable with kids going door to door with candy being handled by whomever and without wearing gloves and without taking precautions. And then if you wear a mask, are you wearing a mask over the mask? Or a mask under the mask? Or if you're gonna face paint, then you gotta cover the face paint with a mask? I'm having trouble seeing.
Well, again, that's exactly kind of what I wanted to bring up, is what everybody's views of. It's my favorite holiday, but I agree with you. You know, we don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize people's health. So,
Yeah.
Okay, and then the crossing guards thing, has that been cleared up, or do you have any more insights on where we're
No,
going?
we're still wrestling with that. We'll probably come to some conclusion tomorrow. We wanted to see what your thoughts are on it. You know, you have two schools of thought. You have these people who are working and depending on an income, but it's COVID related. So we're talking about school crossing guards, and we have two that work in the morning and the AM and the PM. And they depend on that. It's not a great amount of money. They depend on that. They live locally. So they're losing these opportunities through a COVID. You know, Queensbury School is shut down for a week. So they work today because they showed up and we didn't tell them otherwise. But, you know, starting tomorrow morning, they're going to call and we're going to have to decide what we want to do. You know, you could make the argument during COVID times, and we are having people research this, during COVID times, people that couldn't do their jobs, you know, were asked to stay at home and try and do them and so forth, and they still receive their paychecks. So does that apply here? So we're looking into it.
I was quite surprised on it to find out that we were responsible for them. Why is that?
It's yeah, in all municipalities, it must be a state law, I'm
Really?
guessing.
I was quite surprised by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that maybe a year or two ago. And when I heard it, like you, I was surprised that we were
Yeah.
responsible.
It's a town road.
Yeah, I asked my wife about it today, and she said, you know, these people do depend on this income. They're not just doing it to be nice. So
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Oh, and the reason for my response was it would be awful if they weren't there when we needed
Right.
them. I don't know how many people
Right.
are free those hours. And the two women that I've seen know the kids and they keep them safe in a really dangerous
Right.
spot. But I understand the precedent and why it's complicated.
Well, I'm not sure, what's the scope of the job if it's part-time and you know you're not going to get paid on all the school holidays and all of that. At what point does the responsibility drop? I don't know. I get, like you said, a lot of emails from back and forth. So.
It's not an easy one. We'll wrestle. We have to come up with a decision really soon. So,
And to Amanda's point, I mean, if and you probably shouldn't be talking about this now, but if we lose these folks because they need a job and we don't have them when school opens again,
True.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
These
the
kids
other thing
depend
is
on it.
it's not easy to get school card
No,
process
no,
because you're limited. You're going to work a couple hours in the morning,
Right.
a couple hours in the afternoon, and you have to have a schedule that fits that,
Yeah.
and you have to be dependable.
right,
And it doesn't pay much.
no.
So,
Do we have
I
any?
think you answered the question.
Do we have any estimate as to dollar amounts of these folks?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
published
got
it. And so that was, my note was just to make sure we weren't doing something that we're going to get in trouble for.
Trouble for. Yeah.
well, that's hard to say because in the old days you would have gotten in trouble with this, but in today's COVID world,
Right.
the gray area is much wider.
Okay, yeah, again. And then I guess the other comment is that I've been doing some short-term rental research, including reaching out to the Lake Placid folks and follow up with the Lake George folks. My sense is that short-term rentals are not going to go away. And it's amazing how widespread across the country these controversies are, and pretty wide different ways of handling it. But I think it's something that we want to continue to keep track of because there's three sides to every story when it comes to
Yeah.
short-term rentals.
Yeah, we'll keep up the good work, Harrison, and we'll depend on your input moving forward. And is that it, Harrison? All right, thank you.
Speaking of good work, so I'm actually siding my mother's garage, 1936. I can't paint it anymore, so I'm actually vinyl siding the garage, which if you've never done that before, doesn't take a lot of brain power. So I was actually working on Sunday thinking about this town board and how blessed I am to be working with all of you. You are a great group of people. And a lot of people have been stopping by because it's the garage is right on the road. And they've commended me for the job that we've done on this town board. And I think in the 15 years I've been doing this, I cannot ever remember another town board that's as fine as you guys. And Amanda, you've been great. I'll never forget when we what do we do? We put you in the office and we're like, do you have any words? Nope, let's just get to work. You've done a great job. So I don't know what I was thinking about, but just that a lot of people stop by to comment and say they're really happy with everything we've done. And this is up the lake. So it's different because we've done so much stuff up at the lake to make a huge difference for people. And it's been fun, not the project itself, but talking to a lot of people. and not a single person has not stopped by to say something. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. You're doing a great job, and I'm very fortunate to be part of this board. So thank you.
Well, and we've got a good team. We've got a good legal counsel. We've got a great town clerk. We've got a good highway department. We've got a park and rec. There's a WOW, building and grounds, assessment.
It's a great place to
planning and
live.
Zoning, code enforcement. I mean, it's one big community. It's
Yeah.
one big family.
Yep.
And the all people are extremely dedicated to doing the right thing for the town. So we're blessed all the way around.
And thank you for our clerk and her deputies for handling another tax season, which,
Unique.
what's that?
It was unique.
Yeah, I saw the poor women out there in their coats the other day. I felt bad for them. I stopped by to sign some checks, and they just looked cold.
Yeah. They did
So,
great, though.
yeah.
They
It's a
never
great-
complained. They were happy to help. And
It was a
people were
great-
so wonderfully receptive and
And
appreciative.
I got a lot of calls from people. How do I pay my taxes and stuff like that? I don't know if any of you did.
It was a
And,
little rough start at the start because at the time the doors were locked in the very beginning and we weren't sure what to expect.
Yeah.
So it,
You guys
it
did a
worked
great
well.
job.
Thank you. I will pass that on.
I hope you do.
Good team. Can't do it by myself. Thank you.
Especially with the table outside.
Yeah, it was
Caroline.
perfect.
That was a bit of genius on your behalf.
Yeah,
It was perfect.
That has worked out stupendous.
did.
So very
They do
good.
not want to do it in January,
No.
however.
Well, hey, wait a minute. You never know. The geese are flying north for some reason this year. So maybe
Yeah, the snow is always pretty.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Tony?
Very nice.
All right, and I just have a couple of things myself. Again, there is, we had Ben Driscoll here last week talking about SNAP, and so he sent this, and I'll share it with you. It's from the Salvation Army. They are hosting a drive-through pantry in cooperation with the USDA Farmers to Families Food Box Program. It's a contactless drive-through food distribution on Mondays in October, starting today and continuing with the 12th and the 19th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Six Flags parking lot located at 33 Round Pond Road in Queensbury. It must be
the employee
Round
parking
Pond
lot.
Road side where the old, what we call the Bavarian
Bavarian
Palace, but it's used for HR now. The drive-through is open to anyone in need and meant to ensure everyone has access to necessary supplemental food in these challenging times. So, again, on Mondays, the next two Mondays, the 12th and 19th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Six Flags parking lot off of Round Pond Road. Okay? And volunteers are needed too, by the way, to help hand out the food. Talking about volunteers, the bridge is up on the Halfway Brook Trail. And so I want to thank Harrison Freer and his son Brody Freer, who were there to help. Russell Hilliard, Carol Fisher, and Jim Underwood, their husband and wife team. Carol is a real go-getter. Oh boy, she's the first one to grab a drill, lift up the generator. Holy mackerel. Dave Hodgson, and we got that bridge up. And I'm working on the railings now with Jim Underwood, and we'll just fiddle with that. We got the bulk of the bridge is in and up, and it's beautiful and as strong as elephants. I mean, it's a great bridge. The people will love it. All right, so we got that. Also, talking about Ben Driscoll, he says, please accept and extend to the members of the Town of Queensbury Town Board my sincere thanks for the opportunity to present information about SNAP and other opportunity programs available to the residents of Warren County as a representative of the Catholic Charities of Saratoga, Warren, Washington counties. last Monday. And that's it for me. 7:35.
You missed it, John.
We're not bad though. All right. Anything else in the good of the order? All right, I want to thank you to take introductions. And Mark Shackner from Miller Manning, Shackner and Hafner. And Caroline Barber, our town clerk. And town board, thank you all for all the hard work you do. And so is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Councilperson McGee.
Second.
And seconded by Councilperson Brown. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous. We're now adjourned.
The following program is underwritten by the generous support of Associates of Glens Falls and Loomis and Lipan Insurance. Since 1852, they have been assisting both businesses and individuals across the country secure the most comprehensive insurance products available. Associates of Glens Falls is proud to partner with Central Insurance Companies. Public affairs programming on Look TV is underwritten by the generous support of Pinnell's Restaurant, classic Italian-American food since 1922, and Stored Tech, technology solutions for computers, networks, and phone. Stored Tech, your technology, our passion.
1922, Babe Ruth debuts with the Yankees. WGY signs on air. Exterminator wins the Saratoga Cup, and Pinnell's Restaurant opens its doors for the very first time. For 5 generations, Pinnell's has been preparing delicious Italian food, served in a comfortable, home-like setting where everyone is welcome. 90 years of authentic Italian recipes, 90 years of the freshest ingredients, and 90 years of the finest classic Italian dishes, all made daily by hand. Pinnell's Italian Restaurant, a Saratoga dining tradition since 1922.
Most cybersecurity firms deal only with prevention, the systems that block hackers and viruses. Stored Tech knows the root cause is actually good people doing bad things. So we offer a security training program which includes certifying all participants to show they understand the basics.
Technology solutions for computers, networks, and phones. Stored Tech, your technology, our passion.